Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yahanna is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Shalom, shalom. These I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. under Commanding Yahanna, still at 1 West 125th Street, Harlot, New York, teaching blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, if you are the real Jews. Tonight is our scripture breakdown class in the D.C. school. We got Preaching Officer Bafasha in the building with us. Preaching Officer Shapata Yak. The mighty man, Trooper Mataya, also with us. Right. Shout out to the whole I.S.U.P.K. Everybody putting work. I see the online buzzes going up. Shout out to Peace Officer Kazak Ahmad, who put out a video that got the social media on fire right now. You know what I mean? They got social media on fire. Has like 135,000 views. Where his grandmother was speaking about her experience. I mean, and the interesting thing about that is to see the reaction from people who have no empathy for somebody who has been victimized by this world. You know what I mean? You think like an old woman telling her story of how she's been victimized, you'd have some kind of compassion and empathy. But the majority of people are just, they love America so much. You know what I mean? They want to be embedded with America so much that they wish you would stop for it. You know, in the I.S.U.P.K, we do it differently. We don't silence the victims. We let them speak. We give them a voice. And if we can't give them a voice, we are their voice at that point. You know what I'm saying? That's why the reason why so many people are against what that's the same is the same reason why they're against us in the streets. Because we are the voice of the victims. We're the voice of the poor. We're the voice of the deceased in America, the voice of the slaves. You know, and that's why when you look at the comments, everybody's so upset. Like, she's setting us back 100 years as if we made progress. Setting you back from what? What progress have you made? That's what I mean. For over 60 years from now, America, black people have been chasing the dream that Martin Luther King, you know, has set for us. Over 60 years, right? We've been trying to integrate. Yep, there he is. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. He was just talking about that video about your grandma, man. I mean, how the internet is in an uproar because she had the nerve to say she was a victim. You understand me? And they would love to silence stuff like that. For over 60 years, we've been trying to integrate into this evil place. You understand? For them to say, oh, she's setting us back. I'm trying to understand, what is she setting you back from? What progress have you made? Your children are still the number one in jails. You understand what I mean? Give me one sec. One sec. And your children are still number one cell. You're still the number one in everything when it comes to suffering, poverty, and so forth. One sec. Like that. Meantime, give me Revelation chapter 17, please, somebody. Revelation chapter 17. You know what I mean? What you have to understand about this whore here that you're was trying so hard to chase. We gotta stop. You understand what I mean? Right. And I'm gonna tell you this: we wouldn't be a brother to you if we didn't tell you stop chasing this whore. That's right. What brother sees his brother chasing a whore and is proud of him? You understand what I mean? You see your brother chasing a hoe, a 304. You say, yo, what's wrong with you, man? You are shaming us. You're shaming the family name. That's not the type of person that our family even deals with. That 304 is America. You understand? Go ahead, Sean.
It's like if I may, sir, in modern times, brother tell you don't save her. You know what I mean? You don't want to be saved.
The sad thing is, this 304 don't want you. It's not even, it don't want you, but you want it. You understand? And you are chasing this thing for 60 years. Over 60 years, you've been chasing a top. Top. Over 60 years, you've been chasing a prostitute, man. A person who your father would not want you to be even associated with. A person who your father, and this person I'm talking about is America. You understand? Somebody who your brothers would be ashamed to say, hey, this is who my brother's talking to. Somebody who should not even be, somebody who's the lady of the night. You know what they call them, lady of the night? Why? Yeah. And you can't walk around her during the day. You know what I mean? Based on being seen with her would ruin your reputation. You understand? It would ruin your reputation. It would ruin all credibility. You'd become a laughing stock if you're seen with her. So what you gotta do? You gotta keep around at night. You understand what I mean? When the sun is down. That's why they call her Lady of the Night. That's America. And until we understand what it is, we will try to keep chasing her. That's why in that video, so many people are so hurt that sister would say, you know, we shouldn't marry somebody who oppressed us. They feel like she's holding, her words are setting us back. Understand? But read Revelation chapter 17, please. Start verse 1.
It's Revelation 17:1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore. From the top, sir? Revelation 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven veils, and talked with me, saying, Come it's like he's saying unto me, Come hither.
Come here. Come here. Right? That's old English, but come here. Come hither. Go ahead.
I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
I'm going to show you the judgment. Meaning what? Of who?
Of the great whore.
That whore that everybody been, trying to go after. Come, let me show you her judgment. You understand what I mean? Since you think she's so wonderful, since you think she's so beautiful and so awesome, I'm going to show you her judgment. You understand? Keep reading. Somebody read for Apostle.
There you go. It's like Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. And there came from one of some Salaki. There came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talk with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore. That
I'm going to show you her judgment. Keep reading.
okay, that sitteth upon many waters. Sitteth upon many waters. To rule over the people. Come. Right.
The America sit on many waters. I mean, everything you could think of.
Is there a place on earth where America does not have an embassy? They're everywhere. You understand? She sits on many waters. Go ahead, Shapap.
Like I was gonna say the ideology of America.
Yeah. The ideology of America. I mean, everywhere you go, people are speaking what? English. That's what I mean? Every religion is talking to you in English. That's what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
Sir, that's heavy that you said the embassy because I always said America is the only place that has an army base in every country, but nobody else can have an army base in America.
Even when it rains, you're asking for war. You understand what I mean? That's why the whole beef with Cuba. Go ahead, because I.
The talk of building a mosque in New York City, not even an army base, but a place of worship in the nation that's supposed to be religiously tolerant. White Americans were in the uproar, not just an army base, but a place of worship. So it's like, forget about it. Like you said, they would go into uproar if they would have put an actual military base, because we've seen what they did with places of worship.
Come. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
I mean, she's been giving it up to everybody. You just want a piece, don't you? You just want one night to say, you know, what Martin Luther King say? I ain't a nigga tonight. That's what you want. Look, Buklash looking at me. I'm sorry, Buklash. He not saying something wrong. Buklash looked up. I'm about to get his clip. Are we on TikTok? Okay, good. Yeah, so what you worried about? Yeah, that's all you want. You chasing this hoe. She is sleeping with everybody. What does it mean? It's committing fornication with the kings of the earth. Break it down. You know, there's a scripture breakdown class. It's not church. We don't just read it. They say hallelujah. You gotta understand what you're reading or what you're talking about. Shapap, go ahead.
Like said, when it says she's committed fornication with everybody, she's in bed. She's doing business with every people on the planet, and they're loving the money that they're getting from her, even though they're doing her ideology, which is sins.
You say she's doing business, like you're on it. But why is it fornication? What does fornication mean? What fornication mean?
Unlawful sex.
Unlawful sex. Right. So it literally says she's doing fornication with the world, right? What did it say again? Read one more time.
Okay. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants.
So the kings of the earth, being the other nations, have committed fornication with her. What does that mean? You're on it, but you got to come all the way to. You got to explain why is it fornication though? business wrong? Is trade wrong? Why is it fornication?
I give like an example. How they treating everybody's taking a part in mistreating the Lord's chosen, you know what I'm saying, God's children. Come all unlawful sex.
The business they're doing is unjust. They're doing evil in their business. You know, I was talking to somebody years ago, right? And he used to work for the U.S. and he'd do contracts for other countries in the U.S. And he was East Indian. And he said it was hard for him because he had to sign a contract and he was going to do some business with his people in Bangladesh. He had to sign a contract that said, no matter how lopsided the deal is, it's not up to you to decide. Just sign. Understand? No matter how much you know that we're about to screw these people over, just sign. American style of business, brother, is so evil. You know, I'll give you an example, right? I'm trying to pay off my car note. So I paid certain lump sums to try to pay it off. I'm tired of paying every month, right? So I'm trying to knock it out. I pay one lump sum. And when I'm paying for one lump sum, you know what they did?
Yeah, they said they can't hear you with that one. It was messing up last night too.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully you hear me now.
It's turned off. Concerts turned on.
Yeah, it looks on. Yep. Yeah, so when I did the payment, let's say I pay $3,000 or $4,000, right? One payment, they broke it up into four. You know why they broke up into four? Because that one payment, they can only charge a certain amount of interest in it.
Right.
When they break it up, now they hit you with different levels of interest on each one. That's American style of business.
Right.
You understand? Do you know in our law, it is unlawful to charge interest to a brother? Them, they're free to screw whoever they want. I use the word screw purpose because that's what they commit fornication with the kings of the earth. You understand me? Even their business is unjust. Right? So read it again.
Yeah, Shalom Shabbat.
Hey, Shalom Shabbat. What's going on, brother?
Tawab.
Most High Christ. I should be good like that. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I mean, you hear me? The water. Keep reading, please.
Come sir. And it's like, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Meaning what?
It's like, if I may have jumped a little bit ahead in the scripture, but that part, I believe that's the part really says what they doing to us, Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the wine of her fornication, because they all taking advantage of us as well. Where they got all their businesses in our neighborhood, how they treat us, this, that, and the third.
Right. Yep. Yeah, son. Go ahead, pass the mic.
Concert. Would it also be just the ideology part? That would be the ideology part, as far as the drunk off the wine with everybody.
I mean, patriots, love America. You know, America to the world is like. I remember I had a brother who was living in Haiti. This is years ago. I didn't know him at the time, right? So when he calls, I don't know him. That's my father's son. He wasn't raised with us, right? So it's like we never even met. But he'd call, and my father would want me to speak to him. So he was, making small talk, and he'd say something to me I'd never understand. He said, "You guys are in heaven." I said, "What? I can't even get the He-Man toy. What the hell are you talking about? You are in heaven," he used to say. You don't even know where you're at. That's how the world views America. I mean, or used to. We'll get into it. You understand me? But that's what America was. I mean, the world is drunk off of fornication. You understand me? Meaning that all the stuff she has, like all the wrongful gains she has gained. And the number one, like Shapat said, the number one thing she has gained is you, the source of the earth, the salt of the earth. I was reading something. I don't know how accurate it was. But they were saying there's that brother, he's Bobby Schmurder. They said he found out that song he made raised $200 million. That's a young boy who was headed down the wrong path. Even in his self-destruction, he made more than the average man could make. He generated $200 million off getting in front of a microphone and a beat. That's the source of the earth right there. You understand? Who else is going to generate that kind of stuff for you? Go ahead, Bakwash.
So if I could.
On that same note, TLC, I was just looking at something, and TLC said the same thing. They made the record company $75 million, and they only got paid $50,000.
Yeah. Why don't these record companies with these small hats running it, right? Why don't they get their own people to generate that kind of money? Why don't they say, hey, we have people, we have talent? I would think you want to push your people. Your people don't have the talent, the skill, the ability to. And black people, you have to stop being afraid to let people know you are the soul of the earth, man. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. Let me tell you, I remember Cap Soccer War said it years ago this was my first camp, actually. He said to me, and I had to laugh. He's not to me. He said on the podium. He said, without black people, America would be Russia. Yeah, he said, y'all would still be doing the hokey pokey. That would be your number one dance, the hokey pokey. Their music would be what? Yodeling. You know yodeling? Y'all know what yodeling is? The yodeling. That's what they would be singing. You're the lady who is not going to earn $200 million. You know what I mean? It's not going to do it. But you're able to do it. You are the prized possession here. Right? Keep reading, brother. Shalom. Keep reading. Keep reading Shabbat.
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right. So this is telling you who she is, and not only who she is, where she sits, but the history of what she's sitting on. Right. Keep reading. And we reading this to show you who you've been chasing all these years, black people. You've been chasing America like it is something special, when America is a harlot, according to the Bible. It's unclean. You understand? It's full of every vile thing, but that's what you like. That's what you've been taught to like. You understand me? That's why even in our music, some of the biggest 304s, I'll use the word to clean up for Bakwash, right? That's who's successful. First of all, shout out to that sister, man. That sister who came out with that song. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's the sister and I'm happy to see it, because that's the spirit that's now it's still rough around the edges, as we can see. But there's a spirit coming back. So I was like, yeah. But there's a spirit coming back on black women, man. That's gonna be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Just like that bad spirit came on them and the enemy pushed it forward, there's a spirit that's coming back. You're gonna start to see righteous young black men and women again in these streets, man.
That's right.
It's coming. It's all due to your work. You understand me? Why? Because you cried aloud and you spared not. You didn't go with your feelings. You said what was right was right and what was wrong was wrong. You understand? You keep that up, man. That's what they say. Give me the scripture. Hold that. Give me the scripture. The kingdom is like a mustard seed. Give me that. Because you think what you're doing is a small thing. Shalom, brother. You think what you're doing is a small thing by choosing your people, by loving your people. You understand me? While you face people with mega churches, while you face great religions, Christianity, the number one religion, 2.6 billion people, Islam, 1.8 billion people, everything in between, and then Now here you are, a small group of black people who love one another, who care for one another, and you think that's small. Give me the scripture I need, brother. Let me know when you got it.
Book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 31. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed.
So Christ is talking here, and he's giving a parable, right? And he says the kingdom of heaven is like what?
Like to a grain of mustard seed.
A grain of mustard seed, if you ever seen it, is tiny. It's a small seed. You know what I mean? If it was on a table here, you'd miss it. That's what the kingdom of heaven is like. It's so small in its beginning. Keep reading.
Come. Which a man took and sowed in his field.
So that man didn't ignore that mustard seed. He took it and he sowed it, meaning what? He planted it in his field. Right? Go ahead.
Which indeed is the least of all seeds.
It's the least of all seed, meaning it's small. It's very small. Right? Go ahead.
But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs.
When it is grown, it is what?
The greatest among herbs.
What does that mean? Shapah.
Has the most flavor. That's what I was saying.
No. What does that mean? I get what you're saying, though, but no. Okay, yeah.
It's like the mustard seed, once it grows, it flourishes. It's a real big flourishing
A tree.
Come.
Biggest of the herbs, meaning of its kind. The herbs are what? Plants. You have plants and stuff like that, and you have a tree. That mustard seed, when it grows, they're plants, right? They're bigger. When you get them, the seeds of that plant are bigger than a mustard seed. But when that mustard seed grows, it becomes a giant tree that gives shade, that gives fruit, that gives flavor. I'll take it. That's it. It becomes powerful. So don't think us loving each other is a small thing. Don't think, say, well, black on black crime, it's a waste of time. We could never overcome that. Nah. That black on black crime stops with us. When they see us. When they see we don't have to treat each other this way. We're showing the earth something different. Something they've never seen. What's that? Black people who love each other. It's rare. You understand? Go ahead, Kazak.
Like I know you touched on it before.
What, boy? I know you touched on it before, and I don't want to keep bringing it back to this, but I think just because I wasn't expecting it to go as viral as it did, the interview I did with my grandmother.
I'm not awful. Yeah.
Just that showed, that's really reminded me what you just said. Like us loving each other, it's not a small thing. In the way that everybody's coming up against it, of just a black man and a black woman choosing to love each other, lets me know that it is the greatest thing. And it's what's going to fix us as a people.
Right. 100%. That's what I mean. That's what's going to fix us. But it starts small, so you can't ignore the starting. You understand? You got to dig into it. I mean, you got to be proud that you're part of the beginning, because what's coming afterwards is something amazing. Go ahead, Shapat.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's a good one, but you know what I need? John 16. John 16. That was a good one, right? But John 16 will explain to you. Well, did we have any more on that? Where it was just at? With the mustard seed? Somebody else get me John 16. Do John 16 21, please.
Keep going, sir.
Go ahead.
Come. But when it's grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree,
right,
so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof.
Right. That's what I mean. It becomes a powerful tree. Any more in there? Let me hear it.
Verse 33. Another parable spake he unto.
That's it. Give me what I asked for. John 16. Let me hear 20.
This is the book of John 16, verse 20.
And if anybody have any questions in the room or online, let me know. All right. If you have questions in the room, just raise your hand. It could be off topic. It's fine. Go ahead.
Come. Verily, verily, I say unto you that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful.
Give it 21.
Come. Verse 21. A woman, when she is in travail, have sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child.
Okay, slow down. A woman, this is giving you another parable or example. A woman, when she's what?
Come. A woman, when she is in travail, have sorrow.
What does it mean to be in travail? Go ahead, Bakwash. When she's about to have that baby. You understand what I mean? When she's about to have that baby, she's in what? She's in sorrow. Right? Why do I bring this out? Because of that same video that Officer Kazak put out, you have a lot of mixed feelings in there. You understand? I mean, you have a lot of rage, because here's and for those who haven't seen, there's a video the brother put of his grandmother speaking about her experience in America growing up, how she had to pick cotton and so forth, right? And how she says, you know, she shouldn't have to love other nations. She wants to love her own. And the people are outraged. Understand? Because this sister had the nerve to say she was oppressed. Right? So, but when you look at the comments, it's a lot of grief in the comments, upset and, you know, sorrow. When you see that, that's fine. I mean, that's people being, it's like people who've been abused seeing their victim of their abuser for the first time. You understand? It's like making them face to face with the abuser. They shut down. They can't handle it. You understand what I mean? They'd rather not face that abuser. So you're gonna have people giving pushback and upset, right? Give me one. Go ahead. What's up?
Flag, just when you're ready, there's a question, and then someone asks, can you give the book and verse again? Book, chapter, and verse.
John 16:21. I'm gonna come to the question. Read again.
Come. It's the book of John, chapter 16, verse 21. A woman, when she is in travail, have sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish.
Break that down for me.
Because once it's all said and done, and that pain has passed through, now she got to love.
So why are we bringing up this parable here? What's the point? On topic.
Slaki. Because
we just went through the mustard seed.
Come.
Planting it and becomes a big tree.
Come.
And we pulled this one here. Why? Because she has a seed in her stomach, right? I'll start you off. Go ahead.
Because she have the seed in her stomach. Once she passes it through, it becomes something great.
It becomes something great.
Come.
But while she's passing it through, what's happening?
Pain
is happening. Meaning what? Don't think you're gonna build God's kingdom in this world under a pleasant environment. You're gonna have to suffer. You're gonna have to struggle. You're gonna have to push. You're gonna have to push. You're gonna have to breathe. You're gonna have to push. You understand? If that you're gonna achieve the goal. You understand me? So what? You had something?
No, that's yeah. Everything you're bringing out, it's so on point. And again, just a reminder to us, you know, how important it is to really sit down amongst brothers, and you know, just sit down amongst, you know, as you say, something that the world will look at as flourishing as nothing, and let me say as minute, as small. And as I said, it will grow out into be something that, so beautiful that, that the Most High God will honor it. And this is the I.S.U.P.K under command General YAHANNA.
That's right. Give him a hand. You understand me? And he said something key there. He said, you sit amongst the brothers. Why? Because we need each other. You understand?
Right.
This child that's about to come out is not coming. If you're alone, there's another verse in Revelations where it tells you, it gives a similar breakdown, but it tells you there's a dragon trying to kill the child that's coming. That child, that child that he's talking about, you know what it is? It's the Spirit of Christ coming back on black people. Hey, that sister that was talking in that video Kazakh shot, that was the Spirit of Christ. And you see how everybody reacted to it. Everybody was upset because you're trying to tell us that we can't be part of America. What did we just read about America? The great whore who's about to be judged by God. You understand what I mean? Who's about to be judged by God? If we, let me get that question real quick before we go back into it. What's the question?
Question is from a Jason Warren. First, he says, "What up, everybody? White Devil here to learn something." Then the question is, what is the curse of Ham really about?
The curse of Ham is a people who basically is base. This Ham is the son of Canaan. I believe in the book of Revelation, where Noah was drunk, he was naked, and they walked in, and he made fun of his father. Versus the other brothers, Shem and who's the other brother? The other two backed in with a curtain, kind of backed in and covered their father to hide his shame. Versus Canaan, who laughed. Ham is the son of Canaan, and the Lord said that Ham would be a base people, and these are some of the people in Africa, right? If you look at them historically, they've always been a base or low people in terms of how they live and who they are. You understand what I mean? Again, we're not Africans, we're the Israelites. Hopefully that answers your question, Shapai.
Salaka, so the other way around.
Go ahead.
Canaan is the son of Ham.
Canaan is son of Ham, right? It's Salaka, right? But hopefully he gets it. I mean, by the way, so for all the heathen, and I'm gonna say this, right? For all the heathen, my new thing is this: give me a scripture I need. You know exactly the scripture I need for the heathens when they ask questions about the Bible.
He says, "Thank you, sir."
I appreciate it. Get me. Actually, you know what? Since you said thank you, I'm gonna spare you. That was the Lord issue. That was the Lord issue. Since you have manners, you know what I'm saying? Since you have manners, I mean, we don't have to be rude, right? So we have manners too. I appreciate you, devil. Pay your tithes. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, you know what? Shout out to give him a hand. You understand? Because guess what? He sees what's coming. A lot of these white people, they're not fools, man. They're not fools. They see the mustard seed also, and they understand the mustard seed. They know what the mustard seed will become, and they trying to find their place under the tree. So I'm not even mad. You understand me? If I was a devil, I'd be right in class too, man. I'd be in class. What could I do for you? Can I get you a bucket of water? Clean your. What do you need me to do? Because
it's like we had a different devil. We had a different devil in class last night, and I literally said the same thing to him. He asking for the website to pay tithes, and pretty much he agreed with what we saying. But I was like, if I was a white man, I would be in the truth, but not in the truth. Like I was saying, whatever I could do to get some mercy. I was like, y'all brothers need some new boots. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need some food. Wait, what you need? You know what I'm saying?
Valet parking outside. I mean, y'all see my face. You can trust him.
Right.
You gotta park your car. You come out, it's washed and clean.
You're right, God.
I mean, he's trying to, pay. He's trying to do his time. He's trying to get extra credit.
That's it.
Before the real slavery started.
Time served.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. Right. Anything else?
Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead, Sabah.
Yeah, and just to bring it out, Jeremiah, man, I will bring it out. We know how to be a neighbor. We know how to be a neighbor. Yeah, we know how to be a neighbor. Exactly.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. For a lot of young brothers, I've been wanting to make this point also. Don't think you're gonna their captivity comes and you're gonna do to them what they did to you. You can't by law do to them what they did to you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to break it to you, brother. And you shouldn't want to do to them what they did to you. Because I don't want to ask what kind of man are you? You understand what I mean? We have laws here. That's the difference between us and them. Them going into captivity is not like us going to captivity. Right. I'm gonna tell you this, it's unlawful for you to be in that captivity. It's unlawful for you to be in captivity. Why? Why is it unlawful? Because you are Yasha Allah. You are the princes and princesses of God. Can you imagine the king find out his children in captivity? That's the situation right now. It's unlawful. You understand? I'm gonna tell you something else. That one of the things in that video that Kazak put out was, and one of the most outstanding parts was when that sister says, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do to them what they did to us. I'm paraphrasing. Right. Because I have too kind of a heart. I'm gonna be nice to them. Right. Yeah. She's not lying because that's who we are. Right. Bring a servant around a righteous person. That person won't feel like a servant. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's actually a verse in the Bible, we won't go into it, but there's a verse in the Bible where it says of a slave, when it's time to set him free, if he loves his master and wants to stay, let him stay.
Right.
That's a different type of master. Yeah. That's not a tyrant. That's not a monster who would assault you, assault your children. That's not that. You understand what I mean? That's not that. Right now, we're in captivity because we sin against the Lord. Right. But we're never going to be beasts like that. Never. All right? Shabbat, Salaki, bro.
I would say, but Salaki, like paraphrase the precept, we say, when the righteous are in rulership, the world shall rejoice.
The people rejoice, right. But when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. You understand what I mean? Take me back to our topic. Any other questions there? Take me back to the whore now. Salaki says this is a topic that, I mean, this whore that we're talking about is not, it's America. It's America and who she is and how she has committed fornication on the earth. You understand? I mean, she has slept with every king on the earth. She has sold you to everybody on the earth. She has done business with you. You understand what I mean? Her slave ports have been open for a long time. I mean, the new slave ports are what? Credit cards. That's the slave port I'm trying to escape. I mean, they have slave ports open everywhere. Where are we at? 17? One more time, verse 2.
Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Is that somebody you want to integrate with? If you are a father, would you be happy with your son bringing this type of woman home? Someone who the kings of the earth, not a king, the kings of the earth, everybody is committing fornication with. One more time, what's fornication?
Unlawful sex.
Unlawful sex. You understand what I mean? That's what she's doing with the kings of the earth. Keep reading.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
The inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine. They're drunk with her and her business style and her, what's the word we used earlier? Her system, for lack of a better term. You understand? They're drunk with it. In fact, let me tell you who else is drunk with it. We're drunk with it. We're drunk with it. You understand? We are everything we do is evil now because we are under the influence of America. Listen to our music. What are we talking about in our music? What are we talking about, in anything? Right? All our music is about who could sleep with whose woman. Why? We're following the whore. You understand? We're drunk with her and her theories and her ideologies. You understand me? The music you listen to today is shameful. Right? So much so that one sister comes with a crop top and said one right thing, we all clapping. We forgive her for every sin she did at that point because she said one thing. Because why? Mustard seed. Mustard seed. That's all we saw when we saw that sister. You could point out all the flaws you want. We just saw a small potential of what it could be. And we said, give us that, man. You understand what I mean? Give us that, because guess what else started off with mustard seed? Sin. Sin started off with mustard seed. And now you can't get off drugs. You can't stop drinking. You can't stop whatever it is, you know. Like I'll tell you, one of the biggest problems in America is porn addiction. Can't be stopped. People can stop if they wanted to. You understand me? All these things start small. All these things start small, and then it grows into a big tree that you can't cut down. You just gotta live around and live on and live in. You understand? Shapap, you got your hand up?
It's like, sir, one quick thing. I was going to say something about Captain Zayak, but also Israel started off. The Lord said, I picked y'all because you weren't great in number. You know what I'm saying? But Captain Zayak was battling some Jewish dude, convert, and he took some questions after the debate, and it was a sister on there charging him about posting the video about the same sister talking about, yeah, I keep my mouth closed and all that. Mm-hmm. And she just kept talking about how she was, huh?
Charging who?
Captain Zayak.
Okay.
And charging him, saying you posting a video and she half naked on it. You know what I'm saying? Captain Zayak brought on something heavy, was talking about how even Christ sat down with the what they call them, the publicans, the publicans and the sinners. You know what I mean?
Right. And a sister like that, I'm not mad at her because she's, you know, okay, she sees the woman half dressed and that's all she sees. You understand? But you gotta see for spiritual mind, because we see the real dirt. You understand me? You see the real dirt, but you see a possible a potential also. Right. You understand me? That sister there, she's at least trying. You know what it is to come up against this system, right? And to go the opposite way. Right. It takes, and she's molded. The reason she's dressed like that, she's molded by this world, and she's fighting it. Why would you be mad at that? Why would you hate that? The fact that you see her and say, hey, this woman is not dressed properly, that tells you where she was raised. And she sees this wrong. Are you mad at that? Come on, man. Go ahead, Bakwash.
Just like you said, you know, you see potential and whatnot. It's just like if you take a diamond from the earth, it's not just dirt, you know, dirty from the earth, but it's actually carbon, it's black. And then you would have to actually polish it, cut it and polish it in order to make it a jewel that everybody wants. Right. Captain Zayak and Commander General YAHANNA seen the carbon that nobody would want, and see the potential that it could be the diamond.
Let me tell you something else, man. And what you're saying is 100% right. You know what annoys me with that? Christians love to boast and say, come as you are. Come as you are. If she was not saying those words, that woman would not be upset. It's not how she's dressed that's upsetting that woman. It's that she is saying she wants to submit to a man. So now the easiest battle is to point out, oh, she got a crop top on. She looks like a 304. You understand? Show me one message from that woman about what's that woman, that rapper? Okay. Her name? No. Show me one post from that woman about Sexy Red. Crickets. But this woman here, she said she wants to submit to her man. What about how she's dressing? Now she has a problem with that. You understand what I mean? She's not sincere at all. She's just looking to bicker. And again, it's like what? You shouldn't even get discouraged by that and know about that, because when you understand, it's like a woman in labor trying to give birth to something. It's a battle. And that's her screaming. You understand me? That's just her screaming, like normal. You understand? But she's gonna have to give birth to that child. The earth, well, not she, but we are gonna have to push out this child called righteousness. We're gonna have to push it out. Right. You understand? It's gonna be rough. I mean, go ahead, Mataya.
Sir Slucky. Yeah, another thing too, if I may. You know, we all gotta remember, us being in this truth, we gotta remember where we came from. All of us had dirt on us. Yeah. We all came from, we had to get cleaned up. Yeah. We had to learn from somewhere. We had to start from somewhere. Yeah. We ain't born into this.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. I mean, keep reading. You see, y'all pulled me off my topic so easily, man. I've been trying to get the topic for the past 15 minutes. They know I'm like my attention. I got attention of a squirrel. I see something, and I just have a loose talk. Keep reading, Shafat.
Caucasian. Verse 3. So he carried me away.
No, you know what? Take me to verse 6.
Okay.
Let's get to it because I'm gonna speed it up. I know some questions are coming. Let me know if you have any questions online. Go ahead. Verse 6.
Book of Revelation, chapter.
Actually, verse 5.
Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 6.
This is the woman you're trying to integrate into blacks and Hispanics, Native American Indians. This is her. This is God defining the woman that you think is so sexy and so beautiful and so honorable and so rich in your eyes. This is what God said about her. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written.
This is what God calls her.
Mystery.
God has branded her. Go ahead.
Mystery. Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
Who is she?
The mother of harlots.
That's who you want to integrate with. That's who you want to associate yourself with. That's who you want to bring home to your mom. The mother of harlots. Mom, meet the mother of harlots. My fiance. You're crazy. Dad, meet the mother of harlots. Your dad would be like, I ain't raised you that way.
Right.
That's not the type of people I want you around. You understand what I mean? Keep reading.
And abominations of the earth.
The abomination of the earth is what you're chasing. The American dream is the abomination of the earth. You understand what I mean? Go ask all the celebrities who made it. What's the word they use? We made it. Ask them. Ask the victims of Puff Daddy and R. Kelly. That's who made it. You want to be with that? You understand? Right now, if there's a picture of you at a party of Puff Daddy, you're a suspect right now. You know what I mean? Who had their head of Shafat?
Salaki said, it seems like all the ones that made it are just swallowing.
Pause. That's what made it. But,
the first name mystery, is that pertaining to us not knowing that America is the whore? Or
not us, we know.
Well, not us. I mean
know.
the world. I mean,
the Lord has revealed it to us, but the world, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a mystery because it can never be. America, land of the free, home of the brave, never. Give me your sick and your crippled. All those speeches? Nah. Never. Right? It's the greatest land on the earth. It's a whore. You understand? It's a mystery to those who don't know because everybody's trying to get some of it. You understand what I mean? Everybody's trying to get with America, but don't know that it is an abomination and it is riddled with plagues. It is riddled with plagues. How do you know you been with, well, I have sisters and I'll be, let's move on. Just know you have the itch. That's how you know you've been with a harlot. You understand what I mean? That's how you know. You wake up in the morning, it's not a mystery who you've been with. Based on test results. You understand? Go ahead, bro.
Sluggy, you lay with the whore, lay with her, that harlot, you become a crab in a barrel.
Yeah, basically. Oh, you lay with dog, you get fleas. There. Lay with dog, you get fleas. You know, we can be civil in here. Keep reading, Shafat.
Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Read that part again.
Okay. And I saw the
woman that you're chasing, the woman you think is so righteous and is so beautiful, she's what?
Drunken with the blood of the saints.
Who's the saints? And I want a scripture. Who's the saints? I want a verse. It's not, it's not a place you just say what you want and not back it up. They're gonna say we lying. Who's the saints? We need because you got to get a thing we can play the Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun. Who's the saints?
Salakia,
Go ahead, Sawat.
Psalms 50 and 5.
Please pull it.
Mhm. The book
Please
of
pull it.
Psalms. Yeah, can.
Go
The
ahead.
book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Who? Those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who are the saints? Who are the saints? Shapat.
Lucky, the Lord only made a covenant with one people. That's Israel.
That's right. The Israelites are the saints. You're the saints. Right? So read that part again. Verse 6.
Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
She is drunk. What does it mean to be drunk with the blood of the saints? Go ahead.
Enjoying herself off the, like us coming through slavery and all. They built this whole nation off our blood, second and third, and they so drunk with it that they won't stop. They want more and more.
Right. That's what I mean. That's accurate. Not only that, they have been unaliving. Can I say murder? Unaliving. They have been unaliving our people forever. They are drunk with our blood. You understand what I mean? And I'm gonna give you another way they're drunk with our blood. You know what? Okay. Look up for me, Shapat. Mata, you're looking for me. You stay where you at. How much money does one murder generate? Look up how much money does one murder generate? Keep reading.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Okay, Bakwasha got it. Go ahead. I see your face too. You must got it too. It's ridiculous. Read it for me.
Khan. A recent study by Iowa State University sociology professor Matt DeLisi has revealed that besides the obvious loss of human life, murder costs society an estimated $17.25 million per offense.
17.2. You think it is small money? 17 point what?
$17.25 million
Million per murder.
Per offense.
Let me tell you something, brother. Murder is a business in America. When somebody gets what? Okay, now you're saying 7. Why? From the time the murder happens, the police are getting paid. Forensics, the ambulance, the prosecutors, the judges, the bailiff. The city is making money. She is drunk with your blood. You think they're trying to stop crime? You don't realize it's a trap. Right. They call it a trap because that's what it is, a trap. You understand what I mean? All those brothers who say they're in the trap, they have no idea. Whose trap are you in? It's not yours. $17 million per murder is generated for the city out of the taxpayers' money, of course. Right? And then they say, you know what? We need more law enforcement, hire more people. This is all the money that's being made. Now, let me ask you this question. What would happen if the murder stopped? $17 million down the drain per murder. Prisons empty. America would collapse without crime. It's set up where crimes have to happen for it to generate money. You ever hear cops say, well, you ever hear cops have a quota? They have a quota they have to meet because it's a business. It's not. I heard one cop I knew in New York. His brother said, and I didn't understand. I was in high school at the time. He said, I don't get paid to stop crime. I get paid to arrest you after it. He said, why do you think they call me law enforcement? I didn't understand it when he said it. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I understand it. It's law enforcement. He's here to enforce the law after you've broken it. He's not here to protect somebody from doing something to you. After it's done, now he has the grounds to arrest you, and then the business starts. Now some poor black mom is showing up with $3,000 to get paid some small hat to defend her son, so he could reduce the sentence from 18 years to 14 years. That's what happens in America. Read again.
Sloggy. Where am I at again?
Verse
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
Verse 6.
Come.
Verse 6.
Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
She is drunk with the blood of the saints. Again, you are the saints. Ain't nobody else being unalived in America at the rate you're being unalived. You're the expendable here. Now, this 17 million could be generated with anybody, any ethnic group, Steph, right? But you're the preferred blood. You're the one who has no identity. You're the one who's poor. You're the one who cannot hold anybody accountable if something goes wrong. You understand what I mean? Who would the police risk unaliving or harming more? You or some small hat? They don't know who that small hat is. His father might be a lawyer, and then there might be some problem. But you don't even know who your father is. You've never met your father. Your mom is at work. She works 2 jobs. You're failing in school. You're a troubled teenager. You're going to jail anyway. That's who you are today. So who's the easier pick? You. That's why it says they're drunk with the blood of the saints. They're drunk with the blood. Let me make it more personal. They're drunk with the blood of your children. You know what I mean? Go to Rikers Island. Visit Rikers Island for a day. Who's there? Your children. Instead, visit any jail. Who's there? Your children. Visit the morgues. Who's there? Your children. Visit the abortion clinics. Who's there? Your children. They're drunk with that. That's who he's trying to join, America. The harlot. You understand? And now I know that word is an offensive word, but that's the only word that could explain this place.
Right.
That's the only word that could explain such an evil place. Keep reading.
God. And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus, those who serve the Lord and have given their lives for the Lord, the place loves your blood. Historically and up till today. You understand what I mean? Historically and up till today. That's why the work we do is important, man. No, if they're gonna be drunk with our blood, let them be drunk with our blood. But we're gonna plant that seed. You understand what I mean? Because when we come back, I mean, we're not coming back to here. We're coming back to God's kingdom. But we gotta build it today. It's not an easy build. You understand what I mean? Especially when people are drunk with your blood already. If somebody's drunk with your blood, are they afraid of you? Hell no. Your blood is sport. You know what I'm saying? All this Black Lives Matter protest, hold hand, that don't mean nothing. I mean, the only thing that's going to get you up out of here, man, is love your brother as yourself. You show God that. You show God you love your brother as yourself, he's coming to get you. Now, he can't tolerate you being oppressed. But if you're going to keep doing drugs, hitting your brother, sleeping with your brother's wife, then you're choosing this kingdom. You're choosing here because you hate your brother. You understand? Love your brother and see the difference. Love your brother and see the difference. Keep reading.
Oh, God. And when I saw her, I wondered with a great admiration.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore did thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast.
So when he saw her, he was marveling, who is she? And then he was like, why are you marveling? I'm about to break it down who she is. Go ahead.
Okay. It's locking. And of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10
At
horns.
that point, the angel starts to break down the entire existence of this woman, this harlot, from the time she was, the old kingdoms till today. You understand me? The 7 heads mean those 7 kingdoms, and the horns is the rulers that will produce. That's a different breakdown, right? Get me to what I need now in Revelation. Get out of her. That's what I need. You know, that's where I was going.
18:4.
You got it. You understand me? So this is God's word about this harlot that we're trying to join so bad and be one with, because she's about to fall. She's about to crack. You can see it now. I'll tell you, the news don't cut off in my house. I go that joint. I'm sleeping. That joint's playing. Right. Just in case I get boom when I wake up. You understand? Because this kingdom is about to fall. And it's gonna be. Let me tell you, when this whore falls, it's gonna be an ugly sight. You understand me? You ever see a whore that's exposed? Everybody knows she's a whore and she's on the streets, finished, washed up, done. Nobody wants her. They spit on her. They spit on her. You're done. You're used up. You're finished. Nobody wants you. You didn't invest it. You're not righteous. A righteous woman, guess what? She's with a man. A righteous woman is with a righteous man. And they might be old. They're together. They have beautiful children with beautiful grandchildren and beautiful great-grandchildren. Because that means generations have been produced. A whore is sitting on the bench looking for a handout. You understand why? Because she wasted her youth being a whore. And she gets a whore's reward. America's going to get a whore's reward. Read it for me. If I may? Go ahead.
Salaki, I had to repost today this morning. I seen a young brother posting something where he was saying himself, America is falling. He don't even look like he would know what was going on, but he like America is falling. Some American soldier went in front of the Israeli embassy and set himself on fire.
Yeah,
said he couldn't stand the genocide anymore.
Yeah. You know what that means, Bukash? When Christ arrives, we're gonna have to hide the gasoline. Hide it. He already told me. He showed me his hand. He showed me his plate. Right. He just exposed his hand. Hide the gasoline. And that, look, let me tell you something else. That you see that what happened there? That's just his excuse to kill him. That's a tormented man. He had a demon on him. Who knows what that man has done in his life?
That's right.
This is his chance to think he's gonna pay off his debt. You're not getting away that easy, man. You understand what I mean? You're not getting away that easy. And protest, you're gonna set yourself on fire. Go ahead. You understand what I mean? Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Come, Carl. So the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
This is what verse you at?
Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4.
Read for me verse 1.
Come, Carl.
You gotta understand what's happening here. That the only reason because the sister was asking what's the mystery. Right, go ahead.
Come, Carl. Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power.
So John Revelator seen an angel coming down out of heaven, and he had power. Right? What's power? Authority. That's what it means he has. Whenever you hear power, it's not, Dragon Ball Z. It's authority. Right? He had great authority. Right? Go ahead.
Come. And the earth was lightened with glory.
And
with his glory.
The earth was lit with his glory. What does that mean? What does that mean? So in this metaphor here, he comes with great power and he's bright. Because he's bright, the earth is lit with his glory.
Like the this what where like light would be like knowledge, and his glory, the glory of him is illuminating everybody, making everybody know.
Make everybody
knows.
Everybody know what? Something.
The truth.
Everybody knows something. Mystery. Mystery is dark. What's the mystery? I don't know. I don't know what's the mystery. This angel shows up and he's lighting up the place. Right? He's lighting up the place. Keep reading.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
This is what the light is now. He's crying out and say what?
Babylon the Great is fallen.
Babylon the Great, that harlot that we was just talking about, is fallen. Go ahead.
Is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
It become the what?
Habitation of devils.
Break that part down for me, somebody, please. An angel shows up.
Hmm.
Whole earth is lit. Not your type of lit, black people. Lit means there's a party. No, lit means light. Right? Kazak, go ahead, please. I didn't want to call God Kazak.
So this angel now, that light is, he's revealing what was already there. So now it's like when it says that day shall not come until that great falling away.
See, that's why I want to give it to him.
You know, that's a like it.
Go ahead.
But that's what's happening now is our eyes are being open to who we're living around,
right?
And who the people that run this place and this place really is.
Right.
It's like that movie when he put the glasses on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They live. It's like, so now you get to see. It's like,
y'all don't know that one. Y'all don't know that one. They live with
right.
Rowdy Piper.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. It's like that. It's like now you hear the truth, and it's like you looking at the same people. I remember it happened to me. I used to go to the when I was in high school. I had a white family. I used to go over to their house and drink beer and just sit and watch TV with them and stuff. And I remember when Trayvon Martin was killed, and then the mother said something, and I remember all of a sudden I just looked at the whole family different, and I stopped going over there. But it was like
the day the angel came down.
That had to be. From then on, I looked at all of them different. But I'm like, I start thinking about everything. I was like, they've always been like this. I was like, it's just that now the angel has brought the light. So now we see it. And that's what's happening. Like we see America is the habitation of not good white Christians, but it's the habitation of devils.
Right. If you ever want to see where it says in the Bible, the white man's the devil, right here. America has become the habitation of devils. Like Kazak said, everything's already been here, but when that light lit, you looked around and you said, these are some devils.
Yeah.
America has become the habitation of devils. Did it become right there? No, it became to you in your eyes now.
Right.
It was all here, but now you realizing where you're at.
That's right.
You're realizing where you're standing. You understand? Shapot, go ahead.
Shalak, if I may, the Lord don't do nothing spooky or mysterious like that. That internet might have been somewhat of the light, because now we can see what they doing when they pull us over at a traffic stop. It's that and the third. America's been exposed to everybody.
Right. It's definitely a tool. There's different tools there, but you know what the real like? You open your mouth. You won't shut up on that corner. Calling this man the devil. Everybody fighting. No, he's not. You can't put all that white people in the same basket. And then something happened. They say he was right. You understand what I mean? You see that video because I put out with that. I have to keep going because this is an excellent video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. With his grandma speaking. A lot of people in the future are going to remember what she said. They're going to remember. But the unfortunate thing about black people, we only remember what is being said in that nature when it's too late. You understand me? Right before some cop chokes you out on the side of the road, you're going to remember what that lady said. Unfortunately. Hopefully you just don't learn from experience. You understand what I mean? Don't learn from experience. You may not understand all here, just like that sister was talking about. She may not have it all together, but she's saying the right things. We give her the credit. You may not understand everything, but God damn it, if a devil could sit in here and listen, come and sit here and listen too. Just listen. Shut your mouth and listen.
That's right.
You understand what I mean? Until the Spirit of the Lord comes on you, man. Until the Spirit of the Lord embraces you. You understand? Go ahead.
Come. Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit.
The hold of every spot. You know what that's saying there? Every demon is here. If you could see the demon world, man, you would be shocked. If you could see the spiritual world, you'd understand where you're at. It is the hold or the home of every vile spirit, and he looks to push this agenda around the world. Could you imagine, brother, you imagine 20, 30 years ago, where a child, where they're arguing, should we name this child or should we let this child decide what gender it is first? These are the arguments that's happening. But how does that come? That started as what? A mustard seed. You know what that started up? Leave him alone. He's just a little feminine, but he ain't bothering nobody. That's where it starts. You understand? And then they start to gain power and gain power. Let me tell you something. A threat, you don't know what level of threat you are until that seed has grown. Yeah. When it has strength and able to oppress you, now they dare you to say, if he could be 6'7", 300 pounds with a wig on, he dares you to say, sir. You say, ma'am. You know what I mean? Why? They're strong now. But they started weak and they started as victims. That's why when you see, well, I don't even want to get into that topic. Let's keep reading. Salaki, you had a question online.
The sister Mahaya says, what do you do when your own family members sibling try to break up your marriage with lies? Do you still forgive them or love them from a distance?
Well, that's something you'd get counsel on, right? I can give you the general breakdown, but this breakdown is not particularly to you and your situation, if that's the situation you're going through, right? That's something you would want to sit with your camp leader or maybe get the generals involved. Is your husband in the truth? Ask if her husband is in the truth in the school, right? You definitely want to get some personal counsel. We do offer counsel, right? And counsel, I'll give you an umbrella breakdown, but it's not something that I would say that you should go do because I don't know all the details of your situation. Situations like what? Living conditions. Or you live with them? Do you rely on them for anything? What do you mean they're trying to break up the marriage? You understand what I mean? It's different level. Didn't have to ask you certain questions in order to give you counsel for you. Right? Go ahead.
She says, yes, he's in the truth, but my brother is in the world.
Okay. Well, the world hates the truth, right? I'm going to give you a general breakdown. And, well, I'm going to give you... Now, I would never take my counsel because my counsel is radical. Right? But this scripture here, give me Psalms 27. Give me Psalms, all right? Psalms 27, verse 10. And this here is something, because look, besides my my brother, I didn't speak to none of my family at one point. You know what I mean? When I found this, I was like that man who found a pearl and sacrificed everything for it. You know what I mean? Right. Psalms, what I asked for?
Psalms 27 and verse 10.
This is what you have to understand when coming into the truth. Read.
When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up.
Read again, but read. Emphasize the then.
Psalms 27 verse 10. When my father and my mother forsake me.
When my father and my mother forsakes me. Then is the important part. Then what?
Then the Lord will take me up.
Why is it saying that? Shouldn't you honor your father and your mother? That's in the Bible. But you have to understand something, sis. The world does not want this. That's what we've been talking about. When we're trying to push out this truth, the world doesn't want it. They want the whore. Right. They're against what you're trying to push. That's why you have to understand you can't really serve the Lord if you're trying to please them. Understand? Now, it doesn't mean, again, you have to go and cut anybody off, but you have to understand that you're not here to serve them. You're here to serve the Lord. And sometimes, in order to even save them, you have to go ahead and prepare the way for them. You understand what I mean? When my father and my mother forsake me, then will the Lord pick me up. What will happen if my father and my mother don't forsake me? On the flip side, the Lord won't pick me up.
Right.
Why won't the Lord pick me up? Because I'm agreeing with my mother and my father, not the Lord. So the Lord says, you know what? Stay with them. Go to the Christian church. Go to the Muslim mosque. Go celebrate Christmas and Halloween. We'll find somebody who love their people enough to say, you know what? I'm standing for something right.
Right.
You understand? So it's a tough situation, sis. It's a tough situation. I'm not saying this is your counsel. I would definitely get counsel on it. But one thing's for sure, we gotta pick the Lord. That's the counsel you're gonna get. It's gonna be something more custom to you and better spoken than I could ever do it from the captains and generals above me. But the things for sure is you're gonna have to pick the Lord. Okay, let me take that back. You're gonna have to pick your husband. Your husband's gonna have to pick the Lord. That's how it goes. Go ahead, Quash.
She clarifies it, the situation. You want me to read that?
Go ahead.
Kind. She says, my husband was working with my brother, and my brother didn't pay my husband for a while, for a whole month, telling my husband that he owes him for not delivering a load, causing chaos in our household.
Okay. Get counsel. Get counsel. Yes, that's
right.
You're doing the right thing. You're in the right place, and you're gonna have to go into more detail for brother who's gonna really, not just give you a few comments and a few scriptures, but walk you through the whole process.
That's right.
You understand? I mean, that's the counsel. Counsel is not, hey, do this and then see you later. The check-ins, the walk-through, and if you do everything that's said, you're gonna win. You understand? And furthermore, you're gonna show the Lord that you're picking Him and His counsel over family.
That's right.
And that's what you want. That's what you want. Shapak, you got your hand up.
I was gonna say I had a precept.
Go ahead.
Called the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I come to bring peace. Salaki. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right. Now, that is, again, very general, right? It's true, right? That's a fact. But based on her situation, it sounds like it's a mix of a couple things, including business.
That's
You
right.
understand? So that's why I'm saying when you get counsel, you'll see, is it really an attack on your faith, or is it a business situation that, needs to be talked through? Right? So don't get emotional about it. I mean, just get counsel. Sometimes the counsel is basically, look, the two men have to talk. Sometimes it's, look, you're gonna have to take the L. I mean, sometimes it's, no, you're right, you're gonna have to take them to court. It could be anything. But when you sit with the brothers and they dig into that specific situation, then they're gonna be able to give you the counsel. So the scripture you read was right, generally. You understand me? But you don't want nobody going into the battle thinking, I'm here to cut everybody off. You understand what I mean? Get the counsel, sis. McQuash, anything else? The water to you, sis. The water to you. Where was that? Any questions in the room? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to my topic, stay on my topic. But if you have any questions, don't be shy in asking, all right? Get me back. Where was that? Call in and read it. Revelations.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 2. And it's become the habitation. Let me read from the top, sir.
No, from right there.
Come. And it's become the habitation of devils.
This place has become the habitation of devils, meaning what? One more time.
And it has become.
What does it mean? One more time. It has become the habitation of devils. Because I broke it down just now. What does it mean that the place has become the habitation of devils? Chappelle.
The angel is illuminating now. Everybody can see that this place is full of devils.
Right. That's what I mean. This place is an evil place, in other words. Right? The woman you've been chasing is an evil woman. You understand me? Think about it this way. Imagine you're chasing this woman and you know, you don't know her, and then you get her paperwork. The light has shined on her paperwork. Do you still want her? When you see her infestations, do you want her still? When you see her blood work, when you see her bodies, that's what happens when light comes on. You understand what I mean? That's what happens when light. What's the other one? When you see it without the makeup. I ain't want to go there. Go ahead, keep reading.
Oh God. And the hold of every foul spirit.
And the hold, HOLD,
Sir.
hold meaning the home. A hold is a place you stay. The home of every evil, foul spirit. LGBTQ. Racism. Murder. Bloods. Crips. Credit debt. Child support. Targeting your children. That's what I mean. Everything you could think of that is evil, that's what dwells here. Keep reading.
Oh God.
Poverty. Go ahead.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
That's still the same topic. Every foul creature. A cage for every unclean and hateful bird. Bukwash is like, that's one of my wives, my ex-wives. Hateful bird. Go ahead, Bukwash.
When you was bringing up poverty, I saw a study showed that homelessness in America can be taken care of, handled by spending $20 billion. And then I saw another study article saying that U.S. will be giving $17 billion to Israel.
Yeah. But you know, fixing homelessness would cripple this place. You think, oh, it's cheaper to fix to fix homelessness, but where the murder is gonna come from? Where's that 17 million per person gonna come from? You see what I mean? Where's the violence? Who's gonna fill the jail cells? So you think, oh, it'd be easy to just fix homelessness. This place would crumble without oppression. You understand me? That's where King Solomon said that he's seen the place of oppression. Everybody worried about hell, some place where some red man with horns is. Nah, hell is right here on earth for some people. For some people. You understand? Go ahead, Bukwash.
If I could,
That number, $17 million per murder, that's almost $500 billion a year generated off of death.
It's a big business, man. Buy some stock in death. You know what I mean? That's a big business. It's shameful. You understand? But this is what America's built on now. Is this the woman you want to come and say, hey, mom, hey, dad, this, of all the things I could choose, this is what I choose to join this. A righteous parent, a righteous father, and a righteous mother will never allow it. You understand me? They'll never allow it. But if you leave it up to you, you'd go and choose that. Keep reading. And this is our Father who art in heaven, identifying who she is now. Now, this is your Father, God, telling you about this woman that you think is so amazing. Keep reading.
Oh God. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Again, here it is. All the nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath of her fornication. All the nations are in bed with her. All the kings of the earth are in bed with her. You still waiting your turn up. Keep reading.
Oh God. It's lucky. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from.
Now, this is where God is going to give us a warning. Since you think this woman is so hot, you think she's so sexy. This is what God had to say about her. Read.
Okay, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Read again.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come out of her who?
My people.
My people. Who's his people? Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. The people he's talking about, they're not the ones who asleep with her. They already have her. The people who's trying to enter her. Come out of her, my people. Separate yourself from her, my people. Why? Read.
Okay. That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you be what?
Not partakers of her
That you
sins.
don't join her sin. That you don't become drunk like the other nations are of her wine. That you don't hate people like she hates people. You don't benefit of her murders. That you don't partake in her sins. You don't. To partake means what? To go and take a piece of. You understand what I mean? What she's eating, you don't want none of it. Get out of her so you don't partake in her sins. Go ahead.
Okay. And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And you what?
Receive not of her plagues.
And you do not, so that you do not receive some of her plagues. Again, her records are open. You don't want none of her plagues. You understand? The plague that the Lord's talking about there is what? What's coming to her? What's coming to her? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, nuclear war, more COVID, all of it.
Yeah. All the evils the Lord have. What Jeremiah Muhammad said? Give him all the evils. All the evil you have to give. You know what I mean? All the plagues. Understand? So you just look at those who are partaking in her. Just look at their lifestyles. What are you partaking in? Drugs, alcohol, pornography, child abuse. For lack of a better term, I can't say the words I want to say. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but you can't really say it. You understand what I mean? Even social media is so evil because when you think they're trying to be modest, nah, they're just trying to silence you. They don't want you to say the words. It's like showing them their face in the mirror. You know, they're putting a mirror in front of them. They don't want to hear it because that's what they've been doing. This evil place. Who had their hand up? Go ahead.
Got a precept, sir?
Quickly.
Okay. Book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
Right. You understand? That's a good precept for when we're talking about when the light shines and you see you in place of devil. That means that man's about to be revealed. There's a falling away first. What's falling away? A veil from your face. Right? When you're blinded, you can't see what's going on. When that thing falls off and you look around, you see where you're at. You know, the key thing is, I'm going to tell you, anybody young in the truth, I remember when I first came into the truth, I was mad all the time. I was mad all the time. I was unbearable to be around. You can say anything to me, it's going to turn into something about the Bible and then the white man's the devil. Like, you can say, it's nice weather. I know, but this white man's the devil. I was mad all the time because it's that process you're going to have to go through. You understand? When you understand, like, when that veil falls, you see where you're at, you see who you are, you see what's being done to your people. You know, let me tell you something, man. People are mad at us. People are mad at us in the UPK because we so stern and what we say, right? And they call us hateful. Trust me, when the truth comes out the way it should on the earth, meaning that not the way it should, we bring it out the way it should. But when the Lord allows people to see where they're at, white people are going to run behind you for protection from the masses. All the masses who are saying, don't put them all in the same basket, they're coming because they're not trained to handle the truth that they're going to get. They're going to malfunction. You understand what I mean? They're going to malfunction and they're going to hate these people with a passion. You understand what I mean? And then we're going to have to go and say, look, you can't do that to them. You can't just call them a devil out of nowhere like that. What do he do to you? You call him a racial slur. You know what I mean? You're going to have to protect these people. You understand what I mean? If God's going to get justice and put them in the captivity they need to, people gonna want to finish them off. You understand? Yeah, go ahead.
And when that veil falls from their eyes, that truth is going to hurt them so much, because all the love and years and generations of the love that they gave.
Imagine investing everything you have in a sinking ship. Imagine you invested everything you have. You thought this ship here, this is the Titanic. This is a giant ship. It can't be sank. It's going to generate millions, generational wealth. My children, this, that. I'm gonna buy my mama a house. Everything is beautiful, and that joint sink. Man, you won't be able to handle it. You can't understand why. You're looking for somebody to choke. Somebody got to be held accountable. Somebody's head got to roll. You understand me? When you start investing in this place here and it crashes, it collapses. Imagine a man who worked all his life and has $1 million, and he's finally that number. He finally got that $1 that made him officially a millionaire. It means nothing. Lost family, didn't spend time with his kids, didn't love his wife, then he was just after the money, and all of a sudden, useless. Imagine that woman who went and spent all that money on that BBL. No, let me get off that. Let me get off that. I didn't even want to get into that. Lest I offend somebody online, you know? Lest I offend somebody. Keep reading. It's gonna be hateful, you know?
Nor of her plagues, Slaki. For her sins have reached unto the heaven.
That's what you have to understand. Her sins have reached onto the heavens. What that mean? Does that mean she's sinning in heaven? What does it mean her sins have reached onto the heavens? Shapa.
And the Lord hears our cries.
The reports have gone up. You know, there's certain things that, okay, well, there was a murder there. Like, okay, I hear it. There was this. It's like little thing, but now things got so bad that it can't be ignored. That's where we at right now. The sins have reached onto the heavens, meaning that angels are reporting 24/7. And it's like, Lord, they saying this. Lord, they're doing that. Lord, Lord, Lord. At some point, the Lord's going to say, I heard enough. You understand me? Right now, if you understand the Bible and you understand the Lord, if you look, and Commander YAHANNA always says it, just look back to Egypt if you want to understand what's happening here. You know what the Lord said about Pharaoh? He said, I've allowed you to live so that you could become mighty. I've allowed you to live. Meaning what? If you're a small kill, the Lord is not, nobody, well, it was just a small kingdom. They didn't mean nothing. But when you are the world power, that's when you are asking for attention from the Lord. Because now he's going to, just like Pharaoh's name till this day is popular because he was that powerful. There's a scripture in the Bible saying, and this is in the Bible, it says, no longer will you say the God of Israel who took the Israelites out of Egypt. You're going to say the God of Israel who took the Israelites out of the land of the north. That's going to be a new topic. That's going to be a new topic that's going to be happening. You understand what I mean? Well, Quash, go ahead. Slack.
So when you were saying this is a time where the Lord is saying, I've heard enough, and this going back to our history here in this kingdom where it was legal to lynch black people. You know what I'm saying? It was legal to whip the skin off our backs. And now he's saying, now I've heard enough, because the things that they're doing now is much worse than what they were doing back then.
Yeah.
And it just keep going on and whatnot.
Yeah. One thing you have to understand with the Lord, there's a verse in the Bible. I know I'm paraphrasing a lot for the sake of time, right? But you can definitely look them up. There's a verse in the Bible, right? Because even the beatings, that's not like a small thing. Listen, there's a verse in the Bible where God says, I live forever, saith the Lord. I live forever, saith the Lord. Meaning what? If God is here forever, what else is here forever? Judgment. You understand me? Ain't no statute of limitations with God. He's here now. when black people been oppressed, and he was here when the slave ships were bringing him here. He lives forever. There's no timeline. You can say, well, I'm out of his judgment because that's no. I live forever, and as long as I'm here, I'm going to pull up the books. That's in the Bible. The books were opened. You understand what I mean? And we're going to be judged out of those books. Right? Give me keep reading. Let me wrap this up.
For her Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Well, I tell you, see, he lives forever. God has remembered her iniquities. So now the sins current are reaching to heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. You understand? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 6. Reward her even as she reward you.
Do you want to you know how when you marry a woman, you take on her debt? Are you ready for this debt here, man? Are you ready to take on the debt that America is about to take from God? He said, what?
Come. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Reward her even as she rewarded you. What does she reward you with? Oppression, slavery, destruction of your families. Reward her even as she has rewarded you. Keep reading.
Come. And double.
And what?
Double.
And double. Interest on that. Do you want to marry this girl? Do you want to become one with this broad? Do you want to take on her sins? Imagine you meet a broad and she has a bunch of problems coming with her. Plus she is in debt $100 million. How are you gonna take her on? Go ahead,
Shalaki, if I may, how many times I've been with one of the Adawayim or one of the brothers in the school, and we just talking about all the creative ways we can reward our oppressors. All the mine's gonna be underground. I ain't even gonna let them come out. You know what I'm saying? Unless the sun's beating down. You know what I'm saying? They can't stand the sun. Like just all the ways, like just thinking of double we can reward her back.
Well, don't waste your time thinking about that, bro.
Concept.
we got to get there first.
Concept.
You use that time to focus on planting that seed. You know what I'm saying? You plant that seed. Let me tell you something, man. It sounds good, right? And I'm not just talking like to say it can't happen, but you're not gonna desire to do what they did to you. That double is the time they're gonna spend in captivity, and the Lord is gonna judge them. You know what I mean? Because guess what? That nation's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth after they've served their time by the hand of the Lord. You understand what I mean? So it's like, look, let me tell you something, man. Black people lust out of a lot of things. Oppression is not one of them by nature. You understand what I mean? You was not sent into captivity because of oppression. You were sent into captivity because you couldn't stay out of them women's houses at night. You couldn't find the Lord. That's what you got to guard yourself against. So you can keep the kingdom this time. Keep reading.
Double to her. Double according to her works.
According to her works. It's going to be just what she gets. Understand? It's going to be just what she gets. Keep reading.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
What was in her cup? It says the cup she has filled to her double. What was in her cup?
The wine, the blood of the
Your
saints.
Blood. Fill her cup double with her own. Her children. There's a verse in the Bible that says she is so proud. She said, I will never be a widow. I will never lose children. That's how proud she's become. She's about to get a rude awakening. Right? Keep reading. Skip me down. I know it's a lot. You could, time is ticking. I don't want to go too far over. Skip me down to verse 16. Well, 15.
Come constant. Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse. You said 15, sir?
You got it.
Come constant. The merchants.
I would definitely recommend everybody read this entire chapter. But time is ticking.
Don't come.
Go ahead.
The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her.
All the merchants around the world who became rich from her. Keep reading.
shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment.
That's what's about to happen. They're gonna stand afar. Meaning what? You know the verse that says every man will go back to their own land. And that's Isaiah, I believe, chapter 4. I believe, right? Everyone should go back to their own land, right? They're gonna stand afar and watch the smoke of her torment for what's coming here. Keep reading.
Come. Weeping and wailing.
And they're gonna cry. The nations, her lovers, the people who commit fornication for her, are gonna cry. What are they gonna say? Keep going.
Come. And saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
That great city, that beautiful city, that great harlot, the one who was rich and amazing to even be around, you know, the one who everybody wants. Like, y'all never understand why everybody goes after the same harlot. That Kim Kardashian, I can't stand her. You understand what I mean? She is like, she jumps from man to man. It's like, it's a pleasure to have her. It's a pleasure to have her. That's an example of a harlot that is just glamorous and is just famous. That's America. You understand what I mean? Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 17. For in the hour.
For in what?
For in 1 hour.
For in 1 hour. Go ahead.
So great riches is come to naught.
1 hour. 1 hour meaning what? A little bit of time. You woke up and it was the Great Depression. You woke up and it was just, go ahead. So what? All right, Shalom Shabbat.
Yeah, Shalom.
Sir.
For in 1 hour, she has lost everything. 1 hour, that ship is sank. Right? In a short period of time. That's what the hour means. In a moment. Go ahead.
So great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off.
All the people who are doing business with her are just going to stand back and look. Now, these people here, are they running in there to try and save her? So why are you trying to save her? They already been with her. And they say, you know what? Let me mind my business. Oh, man, this sash is going down. It was a good business. It was a good brothel. But you still trying to go in there. You still trying to go in there. You still have a hope. You know what I mean? She's like your high school crush. 60 years later, you're still trying to go in there. And she's about to go down into the grave. She's going into the grave. You still saying, no, that's the love of my life. I'll go down there with her. Ain't nobody that been with her going down with her. She's full of maggots and every vile thing that the Lord has judged her with. You understand what I mean? That the Lord has judged her with. They're not somebody who's sick from natural causes. This is plague from the Lord. Stay the hell away. Keep reading.
Oh God. Verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke.
The nations are gonna cry when they see the smoke. Go ahead.
Of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
What city is like unto this great city? Like, where are we gonna find another one of that? You understand? Where we could commit fornication with. You know why? What's coming after she falls? A righteous kingdom. Where you can't commit fornication in this kingdom. That's right. You can't get rich off this kingdom. You understand? You're gonna have to stop doing all the evil we're doing, because this kingdom is gonna be led by the man they call Jesus Christ, and he's gonna have his people in place to rule over the earth, to keep the earth in line. So when they say the earth will rejoice when a righteous man rules, you know who's rejoicing? The poor. Because guess what? The rich can't abuse them. You think it's these people here who's crying that's rejoicing? No, they're gonna be crying. The poor will rejoice, because now guess what? One dead body does not equal to $17 million no more. Because when we hear that, we're coming to investigate, why does one body equal 7? Let me look at your government. Let me uproot your government and put righteous people. Everybody loses their seat. Shapat, go ahead.
Like you said, the world, you know, the animals, the water, the air, the trees.
Oh man, the animals gonna rejoice, man. You understand? You can't just go and murder them for their horn, just for the hell of it. You gotta be too busy working. And we would go into the type of work they're gonna be doing, where the gates of the kingdom are open day and night, right. And the kings of the earth are bringing their riches into that land. You understand? Paying tithes, paying tribute. That's what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be busy finding gold to bring into the kingdom, not oppressing the poor. You understand what I mean? Any questions in the class? Any questions online? With that, we'll pass the class over to Mataya. You taking it? To Trooper Mataya.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a brother or a sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world after 6 months. If a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew was pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department teacher or teacher, Salaki. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, which is the Passover. Salaki, would you like to say anything about that? We have the Passover coming, which will be held in Durham, North Carolina. It's the 55th Passover. Salaki, the water. Reminder, Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, use to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, or scarf. And with that, I would say Imagine, which means to stand. We will give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Yajamatah. Sar means to turn. We'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel. Oh, Salakia. Sisters, you may stand. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yajamatah. Class dismissed.
Israel, the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. Israel, the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General YAHANNA is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.